Do you have ADHD? Have you ever been asked if you have ADHD? Perhaps you've wondered as well. Seeing a doctor is the only way to be sure. This is because the disorder includes a wide range of symptoms that can be readily confused with those of other conditions such as sadness or anxiety. Are you unsure whether or not you should see a doctor? If several of these apply to you, you may need to see a doctor. 1. People say you're forgetful. Every now and again, everyone loses their vehicle keys or jackets. When you have ADHD though, this type of behavior happens frequently. Every day, you could waste time looking for glasses, wallets, phones, and other items. You could also fail to return phone calls, pay payments late, or skip medical appointments. 2. People complain that you don't listen. Most of us occasionally lose focus during a conversation, especially if there is a TV nearby or something else catches our attention. Even when there are no distractions, this happens frequently and to a greater extent in those with ADHD. However, ADHD is much more than that. 3. You're often late. When you have ADHD, time management is a constant struggle. If you don't attempt to avoid it, you'll frequently miss deadlines or appointments. 4. You have trouble concentrating. One of the defining characteristics of the illness is difficulty focusing for lengthy periods of time or paying attention to details. Depression, anxiety, and addiction disorders can all affect your ability to concentrate, and many people with ADHD suffer from one or more of these conditions. To figure out what's causing your focus issues, your doctor can ask you questions. 5. You leave things undone. Attention and memory issues can make it difficult to start or finish assignments, especially those that you know will require a lot of concentration. This symptom can also indicate depression. 6. You had behavior issues as a child. To be diagnosed with ADHD as an adult, you must have had attention and concentration problems as a child, even if those early symptoms were not accompanied by a formal diagnosis. People may have accused you of being a slacker when you were younger. They may have mistakenly assumed you were suffering from another illness, such as sadness or anxiety. You may still have the disease if you were diagnosed with it as a child. The signs and symptoms alter as you get older, and not everyone gets over it. 7. You lack impulse control. This isn't as simple as dropping a candy bar into your shopping cart at the cash register. This is when you do something even though you know it could have major consequences, such as running a red light because you think you can get away with it, or not being able to keep silent when you know you should. 8. You can't get organized. This may be more noticeable at work. Setting priorities, completing activities, and meeting project deadlines may be difficult for you. 9. You're fidgety. Adults with ADHD are more prone to be fidgety or restless than children with ADHD. You might also talk too much and cause others to be interrupted. 10. You can't control your emotions. You may be moody or irritated, frequently express frustration, lack motivation, or be prone to rage outbursts. When you have ADHD, it can be difficult to manage unpleasant emotions or follow appropriate behavior when you're unhappy. Getting diagnosed. There isn't a single test that can be used. Instead, doctors and psychologists learn what symptoms you have, how many you have, when they began, how long they've been there, and how severe they are. You must have multiple symptoms, not just one or two, to be diagnosed with ADHD. They must have had an impact on your employment, relationships, or other significant aspects of your life. Your doctor will also want to rule out any other illnesses and determine if you have multiple disorders. Several treatments are available to assist you in managing your illness. If you responded yes to several of these questions, schedule an appointment with your doctor. The sooner you discover the truth, the sooner you may begin treatment.